Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Unpopular Review. We're preparing to talk about the biggest party of the summer, second biggest pay-per-view, PLE, whatever you want to call it, coming up Saturday in Detroit at Ford Field. We're talking about none other than SummerSlam. I'm the executive consultant, joined today by Stefan. Steph, what's going on, my man?
I am good. I'm excited to talk about SummerSlam. Like you said, it's the biggest party of the summer, much anticipated this year. So let's get into it, bro.
All right, first match we're going to talk about because we're going to dive right into this piece of crap. But the first match we're going to talk about is none other than the Logan Paul Ricochet. I think it's going to be the opening match. Logan Paul Ricochet. That's the match. Logan Paul versus Ricochet. I was going to say for something, but it's not for anything. It's for talking shit because both of them feel like the other does not belong. Logan Paul, Ricochet, Steph, what do you think is going to happen in this match?
I'm actually looking forward to this match. I mean, everything we've seen from Logan Paul since he got into the E has been incredible. He has put on spot after spot. I mean, they trust him so much that he's been in the main event with Roman Reigns, and it's not even 2 years into his WWE career. Ricochet's on the rise, so I definitely want to see a bout, but I think LP gets this one because he's been losing a lot of matches, so he definitely needs this one. I think Ricochet can eat the L, but I'm going to go LP.
Ricochet can eat the L because Ricochet's been taking a lot of L's. And I think he's going to take an L on this one. I think the reason how come they put him in is because he can be in that match and make Logan Paul look good. Now, granted, Logan Paul doesn't really need anybody's help to make him look good because every match you see him in, from people along the lines from Rey Mysterio down to The Miz, or up to The Miz, however you look at it, has been a great match. So Logan Paul knows how to go in the ring, but somebody can match that athleticism, but at the same time will take the L to Logan Paul because that's what they need. Or Logan Paul to pick up another victory because he just took an L to Seth Rollins. And the match also was good. So I think it's going to be very entertaining. I think it's going to be very fast-paced. I think it's going to be hard-hitting. And I think you're going to see some incredible spots that you're going to be talking about. But Logan Paul is my prediction to come up the victor, which does not hurt Ricochet. But this has been the big spotlight on Ricochet. Hopefully it helps to prepare him and escalate him to a bigger standing with WWE since he is doing this for them. So, it's something I feel like they should keep in mind for Ricochet. Then on Monday Night Raw, they chanted Ricochet's name. And they did that because of how good Logan Paul is at playing a heel. That is why this man has adapted very well to the business, and that's why I like it.
I love that you said that, but I think Ricochet himself has, over the last couple of months, proven exactly why he's probably one of your top mid-card talent, and I love the fact that they're in this match together. I think WWE has a lot of faith in Logan Paul, as I said before, and Logan Paul is going to be a champion before soon. And Ricochet himself, former champion as well. So I'm looking forward to this match. And
champion of what?
He's been a champ.
Champion
NXT,
of what?
NXT champion.
NXT champion. He's never been NXT champion.
He has been NXT North American champion. That is a championship. That is a championship that is recognized in NXT. That's NXT North American Championship, sir. So he was a champion in NXT.
He's also a former United States champion.
Exactly. You were trying to get me to be an encyclopedia like you. That shit is not gonna happen.
Let's see. Bro. Either way you look at it, shout out to Ricochet, Logan Paul. I think they're going to put on a great match. I'm looking forward to their match. Next match we're going to talk about is how do I feel like they don't have that many matches?
They're down a match because they said Becky versus Trish is going
Becky versus Trish is going to be on Raw in Canada.
Exactly, which makes no sense. But
Rhea and Raquel was also going to be penciled in for SummerSlam, and they decided to put that in at a later date because they are really stacked. So we're going to talk about the Intercontinental Championship. Drew McIntyre going after the gold, the Intercontinental Championship gold, which is held by somebody looking to break the Intercontinental title record, and that is the Ring General Junta.
I think they're focusing on longer reigns, and I just want to say that, like, any champion that you have in WWE currently, that's name is not A-Town Down, you're doing really well. And Gunther is doing some phenomenal work now, and I think with all the rumors surrounding Drew McIntyre going to AEW, leaving the E, now that he's back, you got to put him in a big match. And these are two guys that are just going to beat the hell out of each other, and I cannot wait to see it. It's going to be a banger. The person I predict is winning, And I'm going to go the opposite of what I really know what's going to happen. I know that Gunther's going to win because they're trying to get all their champions to break the former records of these people that were holding these titles before. But I'm going to go Drew McIntyre. I think Drew is going to claymore him 1, 2, 3, and you have a new IC champion. I don't think they would have brought him back unless they were going to give him that. So that's how I feel.
I got a no contest. It's either going to be a no contest or Drew McIntyre winning by disqualification. I think somewhat of what you're saying is correct. I think they want Gunther to have that title a little bit longer, but I do believe Drew McIntyre is that man that's going to beat him. So they're going to continue to feud a little bit longer. And the best way to do that is to have Gunther win, but by some shenanigans, pretty much, which still makes him look strong as a strong contender, so champion, and still makes Drew McIntyre look like that strong contender. But I don't think either man takes the pinfall loss on Saturday. Gunther walks out still your Intercontinental champion, but the loser.
Okay. I see that. I definitely see that happening. As George Samuel Lewis used to say, I can see that. I can definitely see that.
I see title stays said by Mr. Mike Brooks. We talked about, you mentioned it. Do you think this match is going to be a banger? I mean, these two are going to be very physical in that ring. You know it. I can't wait. It's going to be really, really entertaining. It could possibly be match at night, but you said banger. And when you say banger, you think banger after banger after banger. It's on this card, and that's something we need to talk about. A lot of people are upset about this match. I see why they put it in there. Slim Jim, Summerslam, Battle, Royal. I can't tell you all the participants, but do you have a prediction who you think is going to win this Royal Rumble?
I really don't. I want to I think I'm going into this one just expecting it to be okay. The participants haven't really been announced, so I want to go in believing that everybody who's going to be in this battle royal is going to show up and show out, just because they've been doing that these pay-per-views. Like everybody's been on these cards recently have been like going above and beyond to prove that they can do it, just to get elevated, just to get TV time, everything that they're doing right now. So I want to believe this is going to turn out good. If LA Knight is in this, I want to say he's taking it. I definitely want to see he's taking it, but I don't know. What about you, EC?
I don't think LA Knight's taking it. I think that's
Jesus again.
I think
what the fuck.
I really think that's too predictable. I'm going to do a wild card because I don't see what else they can do with this guy. Okay. I'm not a fan of it. I don't want to see it happen, but I would say Bronson Reed.
I mean, Big Bronson does need something right now, and I think that I know that Mike's gonna say death to the dirt sheets, but I definitely will say there's been some rumors that they're gonna push LA after SummerSlam, so I definitely could see that maybe he won't win this one. I mean, they're just building up anticipation. He's your top merch seller right now in WWE. He has surpassed our tribal chief, so that's an interesting thing. So you can tell they're gonna push this guy. They see they're clamoring for him. But Bronson Reed's a good choice too. I would have said Matt. I would have also said Matt Riddle, but I saw something also today that said they're not trying to push Matt at all. So I don't know. I don't know how true that one is.
Yeah, but stop. Stop reading these things, man.
I'm gonna try to stop reading them, but I mean, if there's any smoke where there's fire, you know what I'm saying, bro?
For the WWE Women's Championship Triple Threat match, that will be Charlotte Flair versus Bianca Belair facing a defending champion, Asuka.
I do not know. I just know, like, we've been waiting to see Bianca Belair dark for a while, and she's gone back to her NXT persona. You Don't Even Go Here is back, and I'm really excited about that. I'm definitely excited to see what happens in this match. I actually don't know the winner for this one. It could be anyone. It's a toss-up. I mean, it depends on what you really want to do after this match and who you really want to see feud after it. My heart says to go with Asuka, and I'm going to go with Asuka, but I'm not too sure. EC, who you got?
I do see Asuka picking up the W on this simply because of the fact that they need to stretch some storylines. Yeah. So I think it makes sense. However, my pick for this match is going to be Charlotte Flair. Ooh. I think they've held on Asuka with that championship as long as they did. They didn't want her to have a short reign. But the storyline, unfortunately, is going to be Charlotte Flair versus Bianca Belair. And Asuka's going to be the oddball out. If Asuka walks out champion, it's just because, like I said, they're still going to stretch it. But your next WWE Women's Champion is Charlotte Flair, and I think she picks up the W in SummerSlam. before stretching this out because, like I said, the end game is Charlotte and Bianca. It's just how are they going to get there? How long is it going to take for them to get there? Because I really feel like this is the match that needs to happen at WrestleMania. My pick, however, though, for this match is one Charlotte Flair.
Okay. All right. I can see that. A lot of you guys are saying Charlotte. Mike is saying yes, 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 as if Daniel Bryan came back to the E. So that's good. Obviously, we could save money on our mortgages. You know, good glasses, easy. But it's even better to save money on your mortgage. So I got you, Carvad. Cheap plug.
Next match we're going to talk about is a three-peat match, meaning it's the third time we get to see this as a PLE this year. And it is one Brock Lesnar taking on the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Jesus Christ. I feel, and I'm going to say this, right? Like, if Cody don't fucking win this Saturday, like, what the fuck was the point of this whole shit? I have seen Cody come into the company, challenge the best, lose to the best in terms of Roman Reigns, as he should. Obviously, you're paying your dues and you're coming back into a system you've left behind. And now it's like I've seen enough of Cody getting his ass ragdolled. He has his arm broken. You know, he suffered enough. Like, give my boy the L, and then let's move on with our lives here, okay? I know they want to stretch things out so we get to next year's WrestleMania to ultimately get the belt off of Roman and pass it to Cody, but he deserves a win. He deserves a W. He deserves a W. Unless Jay's gonna. Here's my thing. Here's my caveat to that, right? Unless Jay is winning Saturday, unless they're putting that belt on Jay on Saturday. Because realistically, who does Roman have left? Realistically, unless you're going to go, all right, well, he took the belt off of Bray, we're going to give it back to Bray. You know what I mean? From when he first came back to the E, when Roman was like literally coming back as a heel. Unless you're going to do that. I don't see any other thing. Those are the three most viable people I could see. Because at this point, who else you got? You know what I'm saying? But I to go back to the match, I say Cody. Mike is saying what? Like he needs to hop on.
Why do all you Cody fans keep bringing Cody back into this WWE title picture? Let it go. He's not going to face your tribal chief for WrestleMania 40. Ain't happening. It's over.
Bro.
Let it go.
I don't see that. I don't see that, bro. I don't see that. No. We are not letting the dream die. We are not letting the story go. The story is not finished. This is all part of the story. A la John Cena, this is part of the story. He's going to get his redemption next year. Story's not over. They just put out a whole ass documentary on this man. So I don't think so. And they kept mentioning him becoming champion. So there's some to that, bro. All I'm saying is Mike says Jay is not winning. Mike says Jay is not winning on Saturday. So
we haven't got to that one yet.
We haven't, but he just threw his prediction out there right there.
Cody and Brock. You pick Cody Rhodes. I'm going to agree with you. I think Cody Rhodes takes his W. Brock Lesnar's been kicking Cody Rhodes' ass for 5 months now, I feel like. It's time to let it go. Right? Brock is always when Brock, he can take an L. And he's taken an L to quite a few people, and then I see the people he took L's to, he destroyed it in an elimination chamber like they were nothing. So it will happen again if he faces Cody. But Cody and Brock, the only thing I want to see from this match is some explanation why Brock attacked Cody in the first place.
We're not going to say that.
Never ever explain, and that's what I would like to see. Brock picking up the L at SummerSlam.
I know your heart was like Brock picking up the W and Cody going back to AEW.
I wanted to say Brock picking up the W.
I
know. First world title match we're going to talk about is for the World Heavyweight Championship, and that is false. That is Finn Balor challenging again Seth freaking Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. Damian Priest, of course, lurking in the area. What are your thoughts of going in this match? Do you think we're going to see a cash in? Do you think we're going to see a world champion regardless? Or Seth Rollins walking out still your WWE World Heavyweight Champion?
This is really tough, right? This is a really tough one because you have so many different ways this match could end, and I do think that we could possibly see a new world champion, depending on how they book it. But I'm gonna say, for argument's sake, because I want to see a champion lose their belt. I think logically, the person more than likely to lose their belt outside of Gunther is Seth Rollins. He has honestly represented the title. Right, built it up to where it needs to be. I think they could pass on that title in a match where I think they could do something like what happened with the Shield. All three people hold the title in that same night. So I do think it would probably be like, all right, well, say, for instance, Finn beats Seth and then gets cashed in by, Damian. to lose the title, and then Damian is our new champion. I could see something like that happening. WWE has done it before, but this is tough. I'm not gonna be undecided right now. You come back to me later, but I'm decided. It's gonna be a great match, though. I definitely feel like these guys are gonna throw everything they have at each other, so it is gonna be a great match. But
Brandon Dunn and Seth freaking Rollins have great chemistry, so I think it will be a good match. I am about sick of seeing them wrestle, though. I think they've wrestled quite a few times this year alone, and they keep talking about some 7-year thing. They've wrestled so many times in the past 7 years, it's ridiculous. I don't need it because the feud is a little bit tiring to me, but I don't think they had anybody else for Seth Rollins to face. I don't see Damian Priest cashing in on Saturday simply because I don't think Damian Priest is world championship material yet. I'm not saying he's not at the cusp. I'm not saying he doesn't have the potential, but I think if he wins the championship on Saturday, yes, it'll be a big pop. Yes, it will get a lot of views, but you'll surely find out within a month, it'll be taking a nosedive. I just don't think he's that credible to hold that championship as of now. But once again, taking nothing away from Damian Priest, I think he's a tremendous athlete. But Seth Rollins is my pick for Saturday, which sends him somewhere. Hey, that reminds me, before we talk about the other main event, I want to talk about the travesty that is that we do not have Dominic Mysterio on this pay-per-view.
I think I think in some capacity you would think that Dominic, the hottest thing in WWE right now, and I will say that, I'll admit that, would be somehow on this card. I thought that Mommy would also be on this card. Like you said, they're trying to thin out the pay-per-views and try to keep them to a shortened time. So a lot of matches that were penciled in did get cut. So you bet your ass if Mommy was on the card wrestling, he would be there and he would somehow get involved in her match. But at this point, I mean, he's your North American champion. He's facing Dragon Lee on Tuesday, which I think is going to be a big thing, with Rey Mysterio for the first time, I believe, coming to NXT, first or second time, I believe. So that's going to be really great. But I would have loved to see something happen with him on Saturday. But I do think since Priest and Balor are going to be there, they're going to be there, obviously, with the Judgment Day, because they all come out together. But I'm not sure how involved they're going to be in that championship match.
It's a shame Dirty Dominic Mysterio's not on his card. It's just terrible. Do you think we're going to see somebody come back at SummerSlam?
So I am a huge Randy Orton fan, and I want Randy to come back. I feel like it's time, but then it would be, what is the sense of him coming back? Where would he fit into this story going forward in this iteration of WWE? He's been out for nearly almost a year. So we have to see where he fit in. I think Bray Wyatt is a possibility, huge possibility, and that could. I'm not sure what brand he's on. Do you know what brand Bray Wyatt's on?
Well, he wasn't drafted.
He wasn't drafted. So
was SmackDown.
Okay, so my thing would be if I hate saying this, but Cody gets his ass whooped again. And somebody pop up on Cody again. That's how I can see Bray come back. Anybody but you. That's how I can see. Todd says Dom versus Shane for the belt, 5-minute match. that would be cool. That would be cool to see Shane try to
see Dirty Dom beat up Shane McMahon. Shane's old.
For real. But yeah, I definitely think if anybody's coming back, it's going to be Bray. There's a rumor that Carlito's coming back tomorrow night. That's supposed to happen tomorrow or next week. So after SummerSlam, possibly people are coming back. After SummerSlam,
we better Carlito come
exactly. Back. Friday Night SmackDown, I believe it's the 7th. So that's next Friday. So 11th. We'll see. 11th, yeah, exactly. So that's my thing. But at SummerSlam itself, I think Bray Wyatt. I think more than likely it's Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt comes back. I see him being involved in this match right here. And I think that's the most logical choice for it because it's kind of came out of nowhere. And then they decided to take some people off the card. So okay. I would think this is going to be something big. So I say if Bray Wyatt comes back, this is the match he's going to do. With if Randy Orton comes back, we're going to talk about it. And the next match we're going to talk about is for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. That is your tribal chief, your head of the table, the man who's responsible for you eating, the man who makes everybody relevant by putting him on the island of relevancy, Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso.
All right. Somehow, over the past month, I've found my way back into the island of relevancy. The head of the table has been gracious to me. So as that is the case, I am going with your tribal chief, Roman Reigns. I said this in the last prediction. If Jey Uso got the visible pin on Roman, that he was not winning at SummerSlam. That was not going to happen. Not only did he get the visible pin, he has been talking so much shit. And I feel like this is going to be one of those swerve moments where Jimmy comes back and super kicks him in the face. So your boy ain't winning. Your boy ain't winning on Saturday. Roman taking that win and moving on with his championship.
Who allowed you back on the island of relevancy after all that, that yakety yak you were talking about your tribal chief?
You see, I called up Paul Heyman and I said, I am so sorry, my tribal chief. I am so sorry. I sent him a cake, a dozen roses, anything you could do to get back into the heart of the tribal chief. I did it. So I feel like I did it in less time than Jey Uso.
What's more annoying? Your BS. Charmaine actually saying here disrespecting her tribal chief, or this man popping up backstage to putting something in the private chat again. I don't know which is worse, but go ahead.
I think private chat. That's all I'm saying. But I will say this: like I don't agree with Charmaine. I think that there's 1,000 reasons why you should not put that belt on Jey. Has Jey proven that he's a main event talent? Yes, he has. Has Jey proven that he's a solidified solo act? Yes, he has. But do I see him beating Roman Reigns on Saturday? Absolutely not. I think that would be best case scenario if you're ending Roman's reign right there and Roman is leaving WWE for a while. That's the person you book to beat him. But I don't think that they're going to let Roman lose that title until he beats all the records. And he's been saying it more and more. I'm beating all the records, smashing them, stacking them, pinning them. The whole thing. So
he's not beating all the records because he's
not all of them, of course, but like most of the ones within his reach of him beating before WrestleMania 40.
I think he's reached most of them that he's going to actually be able to pass.
Yeah. So I just don't see him winning on Saturday. I don't see Jey winning on Saturday, but I could be wrong. But
you could be right. You could be wrong. Roman Reigns is walking out still your WWE Undisputed Champion because he is your head of the table. And you all need to acknowledge him, ladies and gentlemen. That is it for our SummerSlam predictions. Please put in the comments who you think is going to walk out of SummerSlam. WWE Heavyweight Champion, WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Intercontinental Champion, WWE Women's Champion. It's a lot. But stay tuned. Watch the SummerSlam this Saturday, PLE on Peacock from Detroit. Ford Field. Your boy might be there. We'll see. But please make sure also you watch Unpopular Review immediately after at 10 o'clock, 10:05. Watch us here on Unpopular Review Wrestling as we review Impact Wrestling every single Thursday. And, of course, join us every single Monday for Mike Knox Show. Immediately at 10 o'clock, join myself as well as Big Daddy Cool as we bring you Unpopular Review Wrestling Podcast Show. Tuesday, NXT with the Wrestling Doll and Bad Guy Jack. And then, of course, on Wednesday, AEW View with Dice Sheriff and myself. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Steph, do you have anything else?
Thanks for having me on, guys. It's been fun. Enjoy your SummerSlam weekend. And yeah, like EC said, tune into all of that stuff. It's all great. Everybody's amazing on the channel. So definitely everybody's working hard to entertain you guys. So I will see you guys soon.
Yes, we will see you soon. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. SummerSlam.